What's up, YouTube? I'm Xeus, and welcome back to another Boruto video. This is gonna be my Boruto episode 138 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. Now, this is something to be said about this episode. I feel like it's put out there for you to think like it's just gonna be one of these filler things that you can just like kind of gloss over, but I feel like I looked a little bit deeper in this episode, and it's about more than that. And to be totally honest, seeing it, I was a lot hyper than I was seeing a preview, because I don't know, I really didn't expect anything from it. But let's talk about it. First off, they start the episode basically explaining to you that they're planning this surprise birthday party for Boruto's grandfather. And so like that seed is set early on, right? And basically Boruto and they give like both of the grandkids like this little mission, technically, to buy the grandfather something for his birthday, and he has to go about that in a certain type of way. When he he knows his granddad, but he doesn't know much about his grandfather's past and stuff like that. And I feel like this is one of those episodes that was really needed as far as like the Hyuga clan goes. Boruto, he really needed this. Like, he knows a little bit about where he comes from, but not all about where he comes from. Just like Sasuke, I feel like in that time travel arc, he had something to hide from Boruto. I feel like his grandfather, and sort of kind of the same thing. Like, and I like how they touched down on that. I think that was really cool. So basically, Boruto is, I think he's at like the Thunderburger, and him, Mitsuki, and Sarada, he's basically asking them what do they think he should do. And they're telling him like, we should know. You're his grandkid, you should know, right? That's totally understandable, but I just, the whole time it was just really funny how Boruto was just stressing over the fact that he doesn't really know what to get his grandfather. I thought it was hilarious. But he comes up with this idea of basically from this conversation that him and Mitsuki should basically go to the house of the Hyuga and like sneak around and try to see if they can get some information about what they should get him or not. And before we go any further, this kind of sounds dumb. This is one of these things that I think Boruto would have caught. Like, Boruto of all people knows his people and knows what they're capable of. So I don't understand why. Like, I would at least, Hanabi, I would at least let her in on it instead of her catching you doing it and you looking surprised like you already knew they were gonna catch you, right? Like, everybody in the house has to be Yakugan. But anyway, basically she tells him the same thing that like everybody, she doesn't know. This is her father. She doesn't know what to get him for his birthday, right? And they just, the mystery leads on. But as they're having this conversation, Hanabi is talking to Boruto, and Mitsuki, this bald dude shows up. I do not know his name, this really giant dude. But I knew it was going to be funny just by the way that he looked. And basically he was coming there to challenge Hiashi. And I thought we was about to see this really cool fight. I'm not even going to tell you no lie. I was kind of, I was, Boruto and Mitsuki, I feel like were taking the seat of some of the fans. Like, they were saying some of the stuff that the fans were saying, like, well, maybe this guy is weak, maybe he not so good, because this is the Hyuga clan we're talking about. They're the strongest clan. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a controversial statement in itself, but we're not gonna go into that. Yeah, so this guy shows up and he basically, he wants the hands with Hiashi. That's what he wants. And from my first thought, I'm not gonna lie, I immediately just knew, like, well, he just like dead, this dude. And the next thing you know, he sends Hanabi to shoo him away. And basically, like, it's kind of cowardly in the way that he does it, because he's there, he's basically just instead of just telling him, no, I don't want to fight you, he's just like, it seems like he's hiding and he's lying about it, when really he has reasons behind why he doesn't want to fight, why his first action isn't violence and stuff like that. And I can totally understand that. I liked how they brought his brother back, Neji back. They just dived all into this Hyuga lore, and I was on for the ride. That's all I'm saying. So basically, this dude is talking massive junk, and Hanabi goes out there and you could tell she's basically like biting her tongue and dealing with the dude, and he's just laughing and picking because basically it seems like Hiashi is scared and he walks away. Hanabi's like having her, she's running her mouth like she, she could put him in his place too, but she just doesn't. I guess out of respect for her father, like I guess she knows what's going on. Unlike Boruto, she knows what happened with like Hayashi's brother and all this other, which we're gonna get into. But we're slow rolling it, and we're going through the episode first. So basically, she's wondering why. Well, Boruto is wondering and questioning Hanabi, right? Why does he choose to make the choice that makes it look like he's scared instead of just coming out and beating this dude? And it's like, again, I feel like Boruto and stuff is speaking for the audience, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows that this one of these guys, anybody out here could like one shot this dude and it would be over with. But yeah. But they are really vague in the answers that they tell him. And to be totally honest, I think her name is Kurine. I think that's how you say her name. Mirai's mother. He actually has to get the information from her, but not before Boruto actually checks this dude. I forgot to tell you that while they were in the Thunder Burger, they have this moment where they actually overhear the dude talking about Hiashi like basically he's a punk, and Boruto stands up to him and is basically like, well, he doesn't want to challenge you, I will. I'm the grandson of that dude you just dissed. I'm like, yeah, this is so hype. Because I'll be totally honest, I was expecting a total filler episode with no type of action or nothing. So I was actually happy to see this. You see how Boruto is basically just, they go out in the alleyway and Boruto is just like playing with this dude. He's jumping all around, he's bouncing all around, and don't get me wrong, he can actually use ninjutsu, this dude. Like, he is like from the Cloud Village. I cannot think of his name, but to be totally honest, he just wasn't one of those dudes that just like, yeah, I'm throwing hands. He was actually using powers, and it was kind of good. It was a transition enemy, put it like that. And basically, Hiashi jumps in the middle of him, and he stops him with the 8 trigrams. He stops him. He's in rotation. He has to basically stop them without hurting them both, even though he can. It's implied that he could definitely just take this dude out. And yeah, I thought this was totally cool. And he's sitting here explaining to him. I like how the whole episode was all about he's scared, and I like how in this moment he just deaded it all, and he's like, you know what, I wasn't going to face you then, but I'll face you now. And he was standing there with that look on his face. He has his Byakugan activated, and I felt like it was really hype. I felt like it's about time that somebody told this big head dude to go about his business. Please. Like, but the dude has his chance, and he basically like, you got it, bro. And he just walks away, right? He goes about his business, and he's explaining to Boruto why he chose to go about it the way that he went about it. He explains his brother, he explains the Hyuga, and how, well, he doesn't explain this, but this is what it leads to, him learning about his brother, the Hyuga, and everything. Like, I think that's really cool. And it's about time that they dive a little bit deeper into the lore. It's a little like, it's kind of whack that the people like Uchiha don't know. The people who are to Uchiha, like Sarada, she doesn't really know about it. Or like, even though Boruto is Uzumaki, he's still a Hyuga. He's like still kin to them, and he doesn't know so much about them. And it just like the new generation, you could just tell, is kind of blind to some of the things that happen in the older generation, like everybody keeps saying. But yeah, and they have this whole little thing where, and then after the fight, after everything, Mirai shows up basically, and she's like, so is this you? It looks like it was just Boruto. He just like pulled the prank and destroyed like a half of the town, right? No, but he basically gets out. He basically gets out of the way of the trouble, but he finds Mirai is basically explaining how her mom is always mentioning to her to keep an eye out for Boruto because he's always in trouble. Because Hinata always mentioned it, being that her mom used to be Hinata's team leader when back in the day, and yeah, so that's like one of those Easter eggs out there for you. But so they basically go to him, and she explains and she breaks down what's actually is going on, and she's kind of like inching about it because she doesn't know if she should, because it's not her business to tell. I like how they just put that out there. It's like, it's not for me to tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, because you're gonna keep asking it and keep trying to be involved with this anyway, right? And she basically breaks down what the Hyuga used to be like and how they are now, and it's so crazy because even this conversation is definitely needed, but it goes all the way back to Naruto, originally when he fought Neji the first time, and he was basically saying that he was gonna change them, and he did, and therefore they changed the clan, and I think that's really cool. I swear, this whole time I've just been thinking that in my mind. I think that's really cool. They connected this all the way back to the first series, and I like that. And I like how Naruto's like, nah, I changed you, but you changed the clan. And that's cool. I think that's cool. And the episode basically ends off with Boruto actually comes up with the present, which is a picture, because his grandfather probably doesn't want to remember the past as much as, like he was talking about with Nirai's mom, right? He doesn't want to remember the past, but the future, he wants to document that and always remember the good times that they had. So a picture would be perfect, right? And I swear this episode was really hilarious. And you could just see him chasing Boruto around, and like, I think the next day he comes to see him, like where he's walking with Sarada and Mitsuki, and he's just like really embarrassed. This is like a really hilarious. This was an actual okay episode. I was okay with this. Hiyashi's birthday. It was a lot. It was a lot in this episode that I was definitely okay with. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah. Talking too much, but I'm gonna end it right here. This is my Boruto episode 138 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next